So, I finished showing everybody the games from the 2022 World Cup in Chicagoland, Illinois. And of course, I keep mentioning that there is this other tournament that I can't wait to bring you guys uh, that I played shortly after the World Cup. And that is the Scrabble Players Championship in Baltimore, Maryland, that I participated in as well. Pretty much similar level of championship. Top prize $10,000. Very strong top division. And yeah, I'm excited to bring you the first game here from that event. It's another 31 game event. Man, my camera's like, why is my camera like slightly? Sorry. I hope that doesn't bother a bunch of you for the rest of the video. But the camera's like slightly tilted the wrong way. Like my ceiling or whatever that is like. Anyways, okay. So yeah, let me bring you the first game, and let's just get started. So my first game was against an opponent I'd never played before, Joey Payne, um, an expert player from California who lives maybe in Canada now. Very similar story to me, where like I grew up in New York and moved to Canada. I think he was also Canadian, but originally from the U.S. So it's just like, I don't know, super nice person, but has like American big country vibes or something. I don't even know. In any case, very nice guy, and yeah, we had a very interesting game, to say the least. He opened with locks. I started with W rack, but I'm able to play U for 22 and set up my R by keeping pretty balanced leave, even though I do have a U, PERU. Peru is not the worst leave or country. And Joey continues with Mob for 27. And I continue with Pearl. There are a bunch of plays available here. I could play ERP. I could play Per. Pewler is also an option. Per. The Pearl I thought was just probably slightly better than everything else. It just kept the best leave. ERT, ELRT might bingo more than ERT, but ERT I think is a better leave in general because when it doesn't work out, it's not as drastic as ELRT. When ELRT doesn't work out, it's because you either drew 3 1-point vowels or too many consonants. So yeah, more like balanced approach with Pearl, but a lot of other plays are interesting here as well. Joey plays Ben. And here I had this rack, and I started to think a little bit because I wanted to make sure, first of all, I wasn't like just completely missing a 7-letter word. And yeah, I realized that I wasn't, and I ended up playing redid. Did keeping AERT for 20 is actually a higher valued play because the E and the R add an incredible amount of value to the A and the T. But I decided here that this wasn't a very bingo friendly board. YOM doesn't take an S hook, for example. Bingos will have to like start with vowels. It's not really a bingo board in general. And so I was happy to take the points and take a small lead here, and also potentially remove certain like plays that might hurt me, in the form of like maybe some big overlap with an S, would sort of shut things down, and take a pretty big lead. Um, Although I could then play from the L. So I don't know. Mostly just I thought the board wasn't very bingo friendly, so I played redid. And Joey exchanges 2. And so now it's my turn. I'm actually ahead. So here is where things start to get very interesting. And by very interesting, I mean I missed a bingo in this position. Um, I don't think I alphabetized my letters. I don't think I considered that there would be a bingo with these letters because it didn't pop up to me. And yes, there is indeed a bingo. The word errata is a word I'm very familiar with. I've played it before. My opponents have played it before. It's a very high probability bingo. Of course, there are duplicate A's and R's, but all 1 point tiles. It's a bingo I'm very familiar with. And it plays at N7 for 62 points. Now, what I ended up doing here was I played not AR for 10, but AR for 6. And to be perfectly fair with you guys, this is the best move. I don't know what Joey's rack is. If I know what Joey's rack is, this might be the best move. But all I have is inferences that I can draw from his last play and maybe body language and tells or whatever that he might be sitting on a bingo. So if I play erratas versus if I play R, erratas goes up by 71 points. Joey's bingos will score on average more than that because I'm opening the O column where you can end in an E or you can end in a consonant and an E, score very well. You can end in an S. So if he is going to bingo, his average bingo score will put him ahead. What does that mean? Not very much. Because the difference between him playing a bingo and him not playing a bingo after AR is that I will be slightly ahead in this circumstance and he'll be slightly ahead after this. What am I trying to say? I am no way trying to justify my decision here. I missed the bingo flat out. But there are a lot of scenarios, very likely scenarios indeed, after an exchange 2, that will actually work out worse for me if I play the bingo versus if I make this play. So this might not have been a costly mistake. It was a mistake, and it was really bad. But just you wait and see. I played AR. After the game, by the way, Joey was telling me that on this turn, and this turn, he had bingos that I blocked. And this turn. He said that he had bingos that I just blocked every single turn. I don't know if this turn is actually true. Maybe his bingo just didn't play on this turn. It's hard to see a bingo that would fit here that I would have blocked. Maybe it started in I. In any case, this is all not very relevant. It's very circumstantial, but it is not okay that I missed erratas on turn 4 of the Scrabble Players Championship. And it so totally explains, but not quite, what transpires after this. So I play AR. Joey plays Tiz. And if he did have a bingo with this rack, it probably ends in E, and it would have killed me on the O column. Still, not trying to justify. Okay, I'm not doing that thing. I'm not doing that hindsight bias thing. I don't know why I just said what I said. So to my AERST, I drew A I. And if you've studied Scrabble bingos, you have for sure, almost certainly, come across this rack. This rack contains 3 bingos, which I immediately spotted, as one should. Asteria, Atresia, and Aristae. Now, Before Joey's play of Tiz, I saw that they all fit on the end column. Not ideal. None of the placements are ideal, but they did fit. After Tiz, I was like, oh no, he blocked all 3 of my bingos on the end column, and none of them end in S, which led me to make the play of Za for 11. Very unsettlingly deciding to open some big spots to try and bingo next turn. So I thought the game was not going super well. Now, this is way worse of a mistake than my last move, but it's not as much of a mistake in terms of like finding, because I found my bingos. It's just this board. There's a spot for one of them, and it's right here, right in front of your eyes. 3 overlaps. So clearly, my emotions had taken over. Clearly, my emotions had already taken over this game, and I suck, but my emotions had taken over because I would just normally see this, of course, in a heartbeat. It's 3 overlaps. It's not like not that hard. It's the only place I could possibly bingo. But I thought that I was in big trouble. I was like, wow, he blocked all my bingos. He scored well, and I have no bingo ending in S. That doesn't mean I don't have a bingo. So I play Za. I could play Zaire. Anyways, I just play the bingo. So this is 2 turns in a row that I missed a baby bingo, is what we call them, or a high prop bingo. That's what I call them. And it's just really horrible. Really, really bad. And Joey takes full advantage and plays Jag for 35, closing down the S hook, closing down the other S hook. And now I did actually draw a T. Congratulations, Quackle. You won the lottery. And now none of my bingos fit. So Artist, Artiste never fit in the first place. Rat Tights, Strite doesn't fit. But anyways, none of my bingos fit here. And I just gave up. I'm like, how am I gonna bingo here? Like, how is this gonna happen? And I just play a stir for 33. I could play Sati to keep the better leave. But again, board's not bingo friendly. I need to grab points, make sure that I don't start falling way behind. He might have an O underlap. So maybe keeping RET might be better for that. If he plays underlapping with an O, I might be more likely to bingo. But I already looked at this, and a stir seems fine. I'm okay with that decision. However, I'm not okay with what led to that decision. I should not be in this position at all. I missed 2 bingos in a row. Completely insane. After a long thought, Joey plays for 10. And I was feeling really heated here. I was very flushed. I was like, what is happening? Am I gonna lose my first game? Nationals, that's really bad. Really should be winning my first pairing. This is one of the lower rated players in the division. I was not feeling good. I play AE for 10. Blocking the bingo line, maybe setting up some 9s. And yeah, I'm down 11 points. So let's see what happens on this closed board. Joey clearly didn't have an O last turn. He would have played there. So what does he do? He plays Bin for 7. And Bin for 7, if you were in the playing hall, you probably heard me go exhale. Probably not, but that's how I was feeling. Like, oh my god, thank you. I can finally bingo. Man, after all these great racks where there were no bingos. Spoiler alert, there were. I played Gelation for 68, and now the game is slightly more manageable. Joey plays Van, and Lo and behold, I draw another bingo out of the bag of enclosed. And just like that, the play of bin, giving me a bingo. Now the game is extremely out of reach. I'm up 110 points. Joey plays Sank for 21. Great find. It's a hard word to see, especially if you don't play a lot in person or online, which I had been led to believe Joey hadn't been playing much. And I drew into Whimper, and I was like, oh my god, if he gives me a spot for Whimper. Wait, hold on a sec. Did I miss Whimperer? Whimperer has to be a word. And I think I stopped looking at the game. Oh no, don't tell me. Ah! I think I missed that. Oh, what a train wreck. It's okay. It's okay. We move on. I played Whelm instead of Whimper for 110. How did I not see that? What is wrong with me? Oh man. Okay. It was worse than I thought, and I knew it was really bad. Oh boy. Okay. So, I play Whelm, Joey plays Woe, and it's so good to be in a game and not know what you're missing in real time. Ignorance is bliss. I should not have even looked at this game during the tournament, which I did. I was like, how did I get into a position where I needed Joey to specifically hang out an N for me to have any chance? So here I could play something like Pyric. I decided to play Viper, just to completely close down the nines lane. I knew that there was a possibility of a bingo from a W. I knew there was a possibility of a bingo making Vans or Vang or Vane. That seemed like the most likely candidate. But after either of those outcomes, I have many options to maintain my lead, whether it be blocking the other spot or just continuing scoring pressure if he doesn't score much with this bingo. So I thought it was good to block the 9. He told me, I think he told me that he might have had a 9 to the ER, but I might be mistaken. So he plays Fairs, which is good. Opens up a different part of the board, scores really well. I play Fortify. I'm not out of the woods yet. If he bingos twice in this position, he might win. But Fortify seemed pretty good to open scoring spots that would allow me potentially to outrun even 2 bingos. So Joey plays Oh No. And here I could not find a bingo, and I played Ask. iCats has the best equity, but it empties the bag and throws out an S in space, so that is not it. Ask does a lot that I might ask in this position. It blocks the biggest bingo spot, I guess most dangerous spot. Not necessarily the biggest. Maybe bingos from the W are higher scoring, but this is way more likely. Keeps a really good leave with the blank, and also leaves 1 in the bag. I probably shouldn't have asked championship player actually for results here. But yeah, no matter what I do here, I will win because Joey has no time to bingo twice anymore. And Joey plays Q, which empties the bag. Probably he was probably unaware that that was emptying the bag. And here I bingo out with Dentate to win 460 to 280. And if you look at the score on the surface, if you're maybe following the tournament as it developed, this would be a very normal first game for a high seed versus a low seed, 180-point victory. You might even think that it was somewhat lucky. Um, and you would be very right about the luck part, because the fact that I escaped this game with a win by 180 points after this horrible, horrible sequence, and then even this, I could have been good 3 times in a row. It's just incredible that this happened, that this first game happened, and it makes me very worried about the next games that I haven't yet looked at. And yeah, I wonder what I missed in those games. And this is not starting off very well, I will say that much, compared to the World Cup games where I might have made some mistakes, but overall played pretty well, especially in the first part of the tournament. And it's very important to start off strong in these tournaments, which I should have done. And you will find out if I did indeed start strong in the next games that I'm bringing to you. So looking forward to round 2. I don't think I actually took a look at that game, the round 2 game, but yeah. See you next time. I can't believe this is so much worse than I thought it was. Whatever. Maybe I'll have nice things to say about my play later on in the tournament. We'll see. And I'll see you all in the comments or not. Thanks for watching.